Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. Thank you to each and every single one of you for everything that you do. Sharing is caring. Thank you for the likes and thank you for the subscription to YouTube as well. Okay, so right now there is a pattern here that absolutely no one is talking about on YouTube. There's 3 patterns that I've shown you. Okay, you've got this huge horizontal which you've come up into. You've broken resistance. You fell back to support. Okay, you've equally got this huge inverse head and shoulders that you've come back and back tested the neckline of support once you've broke out. Okay, so we're having a bit of a storm here at the moment. It's very, very windy where I am, so you could probably hear loads of noise. But equally, you know, you've got this huge bump and run pattern. Okay, let me show you this pattern that no one's talking about here for Bitcoin. Okay, just look at this bump and run pattern. It's a reversal pattern basically. And what's happened here is, look, we've got the leading phase just here, okay, where we created this left shoulder, just like here, this point A, and then we rolled down, okay, which was the bump phase, and you can see we held this bottom. Okay, then we came up and just like here we ran into the resistance and came back to a key level support, and then we broke out. But what happened when we broke out? We've fallen back to the trend line as support and closed above it, just like we did here. And this is where you begin to start to take off and have the uphill run basically for Bitcoin. Now, you know, this is called a bump and run reversal pattern, and it's playing out at the moment. This is why I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. I do see a lot of negative TA. I see a lot of things saying we're going to go down to 14k. You know, if we close below a certain threshold, we're going to go down and things like that. You know, that is hopium at the moment. You're in a technical target to this of this leading and bump phase. Basically, it's the same technical target as an inverse head and shoulders, you know, and horizontal, and equally, you know, they all have the same target basically. So that is your target, okay, of a bump and run and the inverse head and shoulders, you know, which I did foretell you when we was rolling here. I did say to you, look, fear not, don't panic. This is a corrective phase of a bull market. This is what Bitcoin does. It comes down, you know, and it shakes people out. As long as you hold a key level support, you're great for continuation. And exactly the same scenario is happening right now, okay? Lots and lots of people are really, really fearful here, you know, and lots of negative TA, and the bears have come out to play again. But you're holding structural support for the continuation of the trend which you're in. Do you understand that? So you're looking good. You are looking good. And, you know, obviously, if you lose this blue trend line right now and you start to roll in, like I said to you, if you start hitting your head on the 55, then it's game over here, and you're going to come down and have a whopping correction. You know, this pattern will be invalidated, but like I said to you so many times, the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. So, you know, we're in a whopping bump and run reversal pattern here, inverse head and shoulders, and a horizontal that we've come up into, so the continuation pattern. So, you know, a lot of the whales as well are buying at the moment. You know, a lot of whales are buying these dips, you know, and I always think about that. I always like to look at them, not necessarily, you know, 100% indication, but why they're buying here. Think about that, okay? Again, nothing I say is financial advice. Everything I say is for educational and entertainment purposes only, okay? So it's basically Bitcoin. It's doing really, really well. You're holding key level support. What I would like to see here, most definitely though, is get back above this weekly 20. Because like I said to you, when you're between the EMAs here, you enter a level of consolidation, okay? You need to get back above the 20, holding back test of support, and then you're going to get your breakout, basically, taking out that high, and then you're in that technical target just there at 78,583 for Bitcoin. So it's a bit of chop at the moment, isn't it? It's come down. You've got an enormous level of support with that wick just there. You found support on the 1414, which is beautiful, okay, and you've got this support right now that you're holding this neckline, okay, which is really important to remain in this technically bullish pattern, okay? So you're bullish. Do you understand that? So right now, let's take a look at the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, okay? I do apologize about the wind here. It's extremely windy. We're having a bit of a storm in the UK at the moment. So just like I said, I think in yesterday's video, you got this W bottom pattern, okay, that's starting to form for Bitcoin just here. Basically a reversal pattern like this, okay, and you can see you've broke out. We'll have a look at the technical targets been met of that particular breakout just there, okay? So you can see, boom, look, you've come up and you've met the technical target of this W bottom pattern, okay? So the thing that I would like to see here, because you are losing the 4-hourly 20 EMA at the moment, you're hitting your head. So I do think a retest of this particular trend line of support would be really, really good. But you can see what you're doing here, essentially. If you was to roll down here, okay, and come back down like this and come back up, you're creating a larger W bottom pattern like this, okay? Do you see that? It's a larger double bottom pattern. It's basically a depleting selling trend, and you're starting to move back up the stairs slowly but surely. So, you know, I do think that potentially entering a level of consolidation, like I says, between the EMAs, you need to see yourself get back above that 20 EMA. You know, potentially another retest of this trend line would not be unheard of, you know, and it looks really bad. You're rolling, but there is a key level of support here that I'm going to show you, and I did tell you this last week for Bitcoin, okay, that I did anticipate that this particular correction here would come down to this swing low here, okay, because because this is the ABC correction. Do you understand that? And like I said to you, this is a wave 2. I think that this is wave 1 coming up, and right now when we was here and we were rolling, I said, look, potentially this is an ABC irregular correction wave 2, and you're going to come down, you're going to hold this A low basically, and you can see we had the nasty wick down to liquidate a lot of longs, deleverage the market, but we've held the 1414. So right now you can see that we're actually holding this low just here. Okay, so if we continue to do that, potentially another retest of this trend line, start to come back up, we've held this key low, which is the ABC low. Do you understand that? So that's your A wave down. Now in Elliott wave theory, like I've shown you so many times, and I'll just remind you, so this is the scenario that I'm looking at, and I have shown you this. There's a link to each and every single video description. Okay, I think that personally you've come in wave 1 here, and this is a nasty wave 2. Okay, this is an ABC correction of wave 2, which is this wave just here. Okay, so you're coming back in wave 2, and where does wave 2 hold support? On the A wave down. This is the A wave down just here. This is your ABC correction, okay, of wave 4. Now right now you lowballed out, you consolidated, and you started to come back up the stairs, okay, and with that you put in that huge first wave for me. So right now you're coming back, you're holding a key of support, which is this swing low here, the A wave, and if you can continue to do that, I do think that, you know, potentially you're going to break out here and you're going to form this large third wave just here, okay, which takes you up there to these technical targets and beyond for Bitcoin. So it's what I'm looking at, and currently it's holding it, and it's structurally sound for this particular Elliott wave theory pattern that I'm looking at, and I've been looking at this for ages. This is why I was able to give you this low down here, okay, at 28k, because if you look wave 3 peaks there, which is wave 3 just there, peak with a wave 5, and then we came back in an ABC, and as we were coming back in the ABC zigzag just there, the A wave came down to the top of 3, which it did, okay, and then the 4, this large blue 4 just there, the ABC found support on the low of wave 4, which was here. This is why I was able to give you this target when we was rolling, okay. So it's basically conforming, it's working like a boss. And last week I did say in a video, if Bitcoin rolls here, you need to hold support of this 47k down here, which is the low of A wave, and right now this is where you are, and this is where you're consolidating and building up momentum to break out and form this large third wave, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves within this larger fifth wave, which takes us to 260k in this bull run. Do you see that? So at the moment you're structurally sound and you're holding support, and this particular theory here is playing out like an absolute boss, isn't it, with this huge bump and run reversal pattern. So, you know, for me to say we're going to 0 or we're going to 20k or 14k or anything like that would be pure hopium at this point, okay. So obviously if we lose structural support, then the bias will change and we're going to come down, and I'll give you technical targets at the downside. But Bitcoin right now is conforming, and it's beautiful basically. And all I'm seeing is whales buying every single dip, okay, and more Bitcoins being removed from exchanges. So it's gearing up for something, isn't it? And like I said to you, this wave here, this third wave, it's always the most powerful wave that comes, okay, from Elliott wave theory. So basically we geared up for it. We want to be in this level, you know, this is where we are right now in the floor basically, with depression and fear and blood. Is where you want to be if you want to look at them big waves to the upside. Do you understand that? So that's a swift little update for you on Bitcoin today. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.